ag fannacht ar an Bille seo le fada agus tá lean daoine an buirithe faoi agus tá Magina tá méisio tá tosa tá daoine eile ag obair ar son arinnig sna stáit aontaithe ach sa stáit seo níl an réaltas ag gceannu an rud ceart leis na daoine bacht a tháinig an seo ó tíre eile. Taoiseach, much has been said about the deplorable conditions of those seeking asylum in this state and the conditions in which they're forced to live. And I've seen that myself in the Mosney Accommodation Centre in Louth, where asylum seekers, some have been there all of their lives. Some children of 9 or 10-year-old have never known any other life. And residents from that centre will be here in the Dáil on the 3rd of December. But can you confirm what is the progress of the Immigration, Residence and Protection Bill and how this might impact on those enduring life in accommodation centres? And could you also outline whether the Government has met with groups such as the Irish Refugee Centre or NASC, which have levelled criticisms of the bill? Agus ceist a bhain eile a Cheistigh maidir le Bille and dTeangacha Oifigiúla agus an seachtain seo cáite dúirt tú liom gur button nó gur mancóg a bhí an ar úsáid sibh Google Translate ar an idirlín nídeag séideag. Irish language groups since then, Taoiseach, since the disastrous use of Google Translate, who are already very nervous about the intentions of the Government, see that fiasco as blatant disregard for their rights and for the rights of other Gaelgery, and allied to the ongoing erosion of Irish speakers' rights, particularly and not least in the Gaeltacht areas. You had promised to publish the Official Languages Bill this session. You said this earlier this month. Can you give certainty of that date? Will the Official Languages Bill be published as was promised this session?
Well, no bí nervvíiseach faoi Stad na Gaeilge nó an seans a bheits gach duine páirteach lecha leis. Dúirt mé an seachtain seo caite go curú sús ar an idirlín an choras eiste chun bhí an agus níor tugadh sí sé agus ba ceart gomach sé sin ceart sa chéadáit dlacham leis an rud atá ráiteach an teachta ná cór gomach sé an le feiceáil le chula duine agus ní hála sé sin a ríist. In respect of the immigration bill that's on the order paper, that will not proceed, Deputy Adams, because there are simply too many amendments submitted to it. That's an issue that's going to have to be redrafted, and it's listed for early next year. There's a great deal of work going on that at the moment because of the number of amendments that have been submitted to it. You're aware that the government established an independent working group in regard to the question of immigration and the direct provision. That's set up under the High Court Judge, former High Court Judge Brian McMahon, to report to government on improvement with the protection processes, including direct provision and supports for asylum seekers. And that working group includes experts from all the different fields, from NGOs and the relevant government departments. You are aware of the outcome of the court case on this on the 14th of November. Judge Colin Mackiochi gave his reserved judgment in the CA and TA judicial review proceedings challenging the legality and the constitutionality of the direct provision system. And the ruling was that the applicants had failed to provide or failed to prove that direct provision is a breach of human rights or a form of inhuman and degrading treatment. That was the finding of the High Court judge. And the judge also said in his ruling, in dealing with issues of visitor rules and the independent complaints mechanism, was a very lengthy judgment which is published and which I'm sure the Deputy will read. It's got to be studied very carefully by the Department of Justice and by the Minister with a view to its being implemented at the earliest possible time. And clearly in implementing that judgment, account has to be taken into consideration of the continued safety and the security of the residents, including specifically such as child protection and Garda vetting. So that's work that's currently in hand following the judgment given on the 14th of November.
Deputy Timmins.